Alright, y'all, I'm here with another review. I'm here to review the Real Housewives of New York, I believe. Season, I don't know, episode 2. Okay, so let's get to it. So I first started off by noticing that this group is so much smaller because Tinsley is no longer on here, which I'm fine with because, in my opinion, Tinsley didn't really bring anything. I was very sad to see that Dorinda wasn't coming back. Although I feel like Dorinda does a lot, I think that she's necessary sometimes for the show. And so it's a little bit more pulled back this season, but I really like the fact that it's more of a tight knit group. It's really only 5 of them, so I feel like, I don't know. I just like the more tighter knit group because it can't be as many cliques. Like, technically, Ebony and Leah is one clique. Ramona, no, Sonia, and no, I don't even really know. But you know what I mean? It is technically still cliques, but they have to all kind of like interact a whole lot more. So anyway, let's start. So we start off going to Ebony's apartment. Like I told y'all before, Ebony's apartment is fucking beautiful. Like she said, she was like, at the nighttime, the view is amazing. Girl, I could only imagine. It looks really, really nice to me. Um, so Leah ends up coming over. I'm gonna tell you right now, this episode wasn't really a lot, so excuse my lack of enthusiasm. It wasn't a whole lot going on this episode. But I'm trying to make a review out of it. so Leah ends up coming over, whatever, with this big ass bow. I thought it was like a joke, but she really kept it on the whole time. Very weird to me. Anyway, so Ebony goes on to tell Leah about how this apartment was really for her and her ex-fiance. You know, she didn't want to really live in Tribeca, but he did. So she was like, all right, I'll make a sacrifice and I'll live there. But then, okay, this is the part that I lost a little bit of track on because I was like doing something else. Now, I think she said that when the pandemic hit, he wanted to go to Jersey to quarantine to like see his children or something like that, but like it didn't work out. I don't know. However it is, their relationship just pretty much did not work out. So now she's stuck at the apartment or whatever, and you know, she's trying to get her brownstone in Harlem and stuff like that. So Leah asks her like what she think about the girls and stuff. She said as far as Sonia is concerned, Sonia was like, gave her the little up and down look, and they really showed, they Bravo replayed it and showed Sonya did the little. And I get what Ebony was saying. She was like, I'm not trying to say it's like a microaggression. These are not her words, but what she was saying is like, because she, at the end, she was like, I know women do that. Put it like this. As a white woman, I know she was looking me up and down because she was trying to like pretty much gauge like my worth. That's what she was doing. But I know like women in general do that, but she put a little extra stank on it, so I feel her on that. Ramona, she said she felt like Ramona was kind of sort of fake, being like, oh my gosh, I have such this connection with you. I agree, Ebony. Ramona fake as hell. So that was just everybody else. She know the other two. Like I said, it's such a small group. She said that Ebony was like, I mean, to be quite honest, I'm not really around white women a whole lot, so I really don't like really know how to deal with it a lot. And I feel her. I could not hang out with, especially older, really, really, really rich white women. I don't really know how I could deal. I have no idea how I could deal with that. So God bless her heart. So Leah said that she's going to have a Burning Man themed party at the Hamptons at Ramona's house because she didn't get to go. So that's pretty much what we're going to do this episode. So then we go over to Sonia's house or whatever, and Sonia's healer comes, and you know, the healer has her lay down on her back and stuff, and she was like, all right, just start talking about, you know, whatever's coming up, whatever you're going through. So this is what Sonia says, y'all. So Sonia says, there's a couple things. We're back to the whole thing about her divorce and how it hurt and how he provided for her in a way that she can, and then the Century 21 deal fell through and she doesn't know how she's going to pay for the place that she has, and she's thinking, well, maybe I should have just, you know, stayed with my ex-husband and should have just put up with all of the nonsense, you know, just so that my daughter could have a better life and all of this other stuff. And this is how I look at it, because everybody on Twitter was like, girl, I'm not going to lie, Sonia, you need to go to therapy, because this is not the first, second, or third, I don't know how many seasons we're in now, that you keep talking about this damn divorce. Now, I understand that a lot of times a divorce, it really is like a death. Like she said, he's not dead, but he is in my life. I get that. He's fine. Sorry, I'm watching What Happens Live and they doing some little thingy, but he's fine as hell. Anyway, um, damn it, that man is fine. He's still on my screen. Who is he? That man is fine. Anyway, where was I? Where was I at? Okay, yeah. You need to go to therapy, girl, because the fact that I looked it up. You got divorced from that man in 2006. In 2006. We are in 2021 and you are still crying. In my humble opinion, I do not think, well, Sonia did say like that, she like her husband didn't really care about like what she looked like, or she didn't have to put all of this makeup on. And I do think that part of it is the fact that she now has to be out here and about, and she has to carry herself a certain way to get a man. But let's just be real, and I think we all feel like this at this point because of how long she even held on to her last name. Sonia, at the end of the day, is really more so upset because of the money aspect. She is no longer able to live the life that she lived before when she was married to this man. She has to now work. For her to maintain the lifestyle that she had when she was with him, it probably will never happen. She will probably never ever live to the standard or the way that she did then. Not to say she's not living good, but she's never gonna live up to that. She's never gonna be able, and even if she does, she will never be able to do it with like without really having to try. Do you know what I mean? Like if she wants to live that life, she has to work for it. And that's why I feel like she's been stressing the past 14 years, because she has realized that if I want to upkeep this lifestyle, I really need to figure some shit out. And I think with the pandemic hitting, so with the Century 21 deal falling through and all of this, prior to that, Sonia has been struggling. Sonia has been struggling since she pretty much got a divorce from this man. Let's just be real about it. She's been struggling to a degree. And I really feel like a lot of her anxiety simply comes from the fact, that's why she even said, well, maybe I should have just put up with it, because if she would have put up with his bullshit, then at least at the bare minimum she wouldn't have to worry about maintaining her lifestyle. I really feel like that's what it gets down to when it comes to Sonia. Yes, like I said, I do feel like to a degree it's about the, oh well, I have to do all of this stuff now to get a man or to entertain a man. But I really feel like it comes down to the money portion, especially when she said she doesn't know how she's going to pay for the place that she's in. Sonia got some real bills. She got some real bills, and like she ended up saying later, oh, it's not keeping up with the Joneses, it's trying to keep up with Ramona. I think that's another problem too, because I actually have it in my notes, so I'm gonna talk about it now. Not now hearing her say that, it makes me think maybe Sonia wasn't around not because she didn't want to be around Ramona and Luann. I feel like she just probably possibly couldn't afford it. And when I mean afford it, she ended up saying later, like I just said, oh, it's not keep up with the Joneses, it's keep up with the whatever the hell, the singers or whatever. And I feel like the reason why she probably wasn't around is because she knows how high sedity Luann and Ramona is, and how materialistic they are and all this other stuff. And Sonia probably can't keep up with them. You know what I mean? In that aspect anymore, or not as much as she used to. So because of that, she probably doesn't want to come around as much. That's just my opinion. That's just what I took from that. So then the girls end up, everybody's getting ready to go to the Hamptons. Leah and Ebony, they're in a car together. And Leah talks about how her grandmother is like, slowly but surely passing away. And how she's just really, really on edge. I said, oh gosh, not Leah on edge. Because when Leah's on edge, everybody about to get the business. So I said, oh shit, bitch. Okay. So Leah and Ebony arrive, okay? The setup is cute. Now mind you, I've never been to Burning Man a day in my life, but I feel like that's not what Burning Man looked like. But good try, Ramona. Everything was really, really cute. Now Ramona had some, what was it called? A hospitality director that was there helping her, because y'all remember last season, yeah, Sonia and Leah got so fucked up at Ramona's like house at the party that they had, that they was just throwing shit left and right. So she was like, I need to hire somebody. So that's what she did. Now throughout the day, she kept getting like the names mixed up of the people that was helping her. And so when Ebony and Leah arrive and they're getting food and stuff like that, Ramona's in the kitchen, and she's in a damn refrigerator. She said something like her dog, I think, needed some food or something like that. And she said, something, I can't even think of the name that she said. And the girl was like, no, I'm Michelle. And that wasn't her first time saying that. That was like her third or fourth time saying like, no, I'm Michelle. And so Ramona's like, oh my gosh, I always get the help name wrong. And Ebony, like me, was like, did she just say she always gets the help wrong? Okay. And we're going to clearly touch on that next week because Ebony's going to bring it up as she should. Let me tell you something. Like, I forgot who said it. I don't know if, no, Ebony was the one who said it. Girl, it's 2021. You should know damn well to not be calling nobody the help. They are people. Yes, you pay them and they are technically there to help you, but they're not the help. They're people. They are people. Okay? They're people and they're here to actually help you spend a ridiculous amount of money on a fucking party. For one thing, I was thinking, although the setup was cute and I understand that they have to do this for like Bravo purposes and stuff like that, but I'm so sorry. I'm just thinking from like the quote unquote helps perspective. Girl, you're out here spending thousands of dollars in the middle of a panty. This big ass production for you and for your friends. Bitch, nobody got time for that. Like, we got real life stuff coming on. Don't be calling people to help. Call people by their name. If you didn't remember her name, then that's fine. You could say, I'm so very sorry. I just got a lot going on. I didn't mean to, no disrespect or anything. But, I mean, she's a rich white woman. What the fuck do you expect? Like, what do you expect? Like, Ramona is top tier, like, white elitist. What Ramona is the white feminist that I hate. Like the one who will jump up and down and swear that they're so for women and that, oh my gosh, we just have to stick together, but they're only for white women in particular. And granted, the help that she was talking to was a white woman, but it also don't matter when it comes to that cha-ching. They don't care if you white, pink, black, or blue when it really gets down to it. Okay. So let's move on. So then, this is before Luann and Sonya get there. Ebony, Leah, and Ramona, they're sitting down, like eating some food or whatever. And Ramona tells them that Heather is coming. And I said, who the fuck is Heather? So they did a little flashback to Heather. I said, okay, I mean, I kind of barely remember her, but all right. But apparently, I think Ramona said that her and Luann was really excited, and Leah was just like, I mean, this is the same girl that went on her podcast and said that Luann was doing hard ass drugs, and she said all I know about her is that she talks shit on Sonya, Luann, and Ramona. So I'm just a little bit confused on why she's even allowed to come. I was like, girl. Because Ramona's fake. Because remember, Ramona has 60 close fucking friends. That's why. That's why. All right. So, Luann and Sonya ends up getting there, whatever. Luann gets a nice room. Finally, this is the first time nobody complained about rooms. But I also think that's because there's less women. So there's more like space to go around. But this is the first time, Luann didn't jump out the window about where she was staying. So let me see. They all get ready for the little Burner Man situation. Ramona titties were sitting. Ramona get on my nerves, but like for her age, she got a decent little body, okay? Leah looked cute. Ebony was giving me dominatrix vibes, The party, like I said, the party itself, it looked really nice. It was just a lot of production to me personally for it to only be like 5 of y'all. That's just my opinion. But see, I'm not a rich person, so y'all don't have any other thing else to do but to spend y'all money stupidly. So have at it. So they went over to go and see the healer because they had a healer that was there. And of course, as soon as they get over there, Ramona's asking all the questions. Like, well, what are we healing? What are we healing? What are we healing? What are we doing? What is this for? I don't get it. Everybody's like, Ramona, just what the association? She was like, shut the fuck up. That's the one reason I do need Sonya to stay on this show is because she be saying what we all want to say, especially the Ramona. Shut the fuck up. Sit down. Just sit down and enjoy what we're doing. Shut the fuck up. So I don't know what she is. I don't want to call her shaman because that's what Deandra had. I don't want to call her shaman, but the lady that was leading the healing thing pretty much asked everybody to go around, and she was like, I mean, it could be something that you want to change, but it could just be something that you want to release. So Leah talks about, her grandma and, how that's really bothering her, and, about, losing a matriarch of the family. That's always extremely hard. Ebony actually opened up a lot. She said that her grandmother is also passing as well, and the only family that she has is her mother and her grandmother. She doesn't have any other family. That almost, ooh, that touched me a lot, because my mom's side of the family is kind of like that. It's very, very, very small. And all of the, like, quote unquote matriarchs of our family, like all of the older people in my family on my mom's side, so like my grandmother and like all of my grandmother's sisters, they're getting up there. And you know, a few of them, like one of them like just passed away not that long ago, and it's like hitting me slowly but surely, like, oh my gosh, there's really gonna get to a point where, at least on my mom's side of the family, I really don't have that much. I don't have family. Whew. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Luann talks about how she wants to be able to have a better sense of direction in her life. I'm proud of Leanne, and I'm proud of Leah for not drinking. I'm very proud of them. I'm very, very proud of them for not drinking. They had their own little drinks or whatever, they little what is it, alternative drinks. So I'm proud of them. Ramona, to me, said a whole bunch of bullshit, and I'm so glad that Sonia called it out. She was like, because I think she said something about friends. She was like, Ramona, you're full of shit, but okay, fine, exactly. And then Sonia said that she wanted to be a better friend and she wanted to be more vulnerable. She says that sometimes she feels like just checking out or whatever, like not dying, but like just being able to go away. And I do agree with Ramona when Ramona says that Sonia likes to just wallow away in her misery. She doesn't, not that she doesn't ever fight back, but she has a hard time with that. She's just very down on herself a lot. And that's why Sonia drinks so much. Like, although I find it funny sometimes, Sonia really needs help when it comes to drinking. Like, it's not, after a while, it's not funny. It's kind of sad, like seeing Sonia act out so damn much, because she clearly has like a drinking problem, because she has all of these other issues that she needs to work on. You know, they all have that little nice little moment. They all go and eat. Ebony ends up getting up and leaving out and going to her room. And, you know, Leah goes to check on her. She was like, are you okay? And she was like, I'm okay. You know, that was just like a lot to take in, that little healing session that we did. And she also said that, you know, she kind of sort of feels comfortable around all of the girls, which makes her like relieved, but kind of a little like, because she's never like really been around like white people like that. And I know Lee was like, oh my gosh, really? I mean, girl, no, like, not if I don't have to be. As a black woman, if I don't have to be around a whole bunch of white women, I'm sorry, unfortunately, I'm not gonna be, because like she said, I don't want to feel like every 5 seconds I'm being judged, or you picking and you giggling and snotting or judging me for whatever little itty bitty thing that you're judging me for. So I think it's just a lot for Ebony to process. Like, yeah, it's a lot being the only black girl. It really is. Trust me, I know a lot of the classes that I was in high school, hell, my whole life, but specifically in high school when I started taking like harder classes and stuff like that. Trust me, being the only black girl around a whole bunch of white people, it's mentally exhausting, because a lot of the times you're self-correcting yourself, and sometimes without even knowing it, you're literally self-correcting, you're self-analyzing every fucking thing that you do. So I can understand it was probably just a lot for her. Shout out to Ebony, she looked beautiful. Like I said, this episode really wasn't a lot, y'all, but I said I wanted to come in here and give y'all a review, so that's what I'm gonna do. Alert, next week, y'all, guess what come back? The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Y'all know, if it's one fucking city franchise I go up for and I go in and let have, it's the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. If y'all don't know, please go back and watch my Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reviews. Those were probably, I can honestly say, out of all of the shows I reviewed, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills might have pissed me off the most, but I had the most fun reviewing it, because I love dragging people. I love interacting with y'all in the comments. Y'all was giving me life when I was reviewing The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and it's back, and I'm excited, and I'll be here next week. I'm putting up my Real Housewives of Dallas reunion right after this, so look out for that. Bye.